Hello guys, so I'm here to make a quick video as to what I think is going to happen to the Bitcoin price. Right? I'm going to try to make this as simple and as concise as possible, and hopefully this will be a kind of way to hold myself accountable for my own trades. I've been doing this 8 years. I'm pretty good at what I do, or at least I like to think. And I'd like this video is probably going to make me quite unpopular because there's a lot of gigaballs around, people that bought around here, maybe here, I don't know. But yeah, this does not look good, guys. This looks very bearish at the moment. Obviously, I might get a lot of dislikes, and then people are going to say, if I get it wrong, then, a lot of people are going to be saying, oh yeah, well, you're just stupid, you shouldn't even be making videos. And if I got it right, then, I'm a genius, apparently. But, here's what I think, right? There's very few indicators out there. You can spend hours and hours and hours to try to make the perfect Bitcoin indicator. There is no such thing. There's billions, millions, I don't know how much transactions going on. You cannot make a perfect model as to where the Bitcoin price is going to go. But you can get a very good idea of what's going to happen. Right? If you use the simple thing, very simple, 126-day moving average, the source set to high, you can really begin to identify points on the chart where it's really good to buy. Here, 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 and here. Obviously, if it's bearish, then once it crosses above this line, then it's a good time to open up a short, and you would have been doing really good. It's very simple. Overall, my overall perspective on Bitcoin is that it's moving up. It's going to be like $20,000 and $19,000 is going to look very cheap in the future. However, that does not mean that a lot of you guys in the short term aren't going to get liquidated well before this happened, right? And believe me, a lot of people, in my view, a lot of people are going to get liquidated very soon. Okay, first of all, if you kind of want to have an idea of how overbought it is, then, this moving average isn't perfect, right? Because, there's a huge distance between this and this, but it continued to go up. So I created my own indicator called the moving average deviation. No, I'm not selling it. No, I'm not offering it. And yeah, it's really easy to code if you want to do that, right? But the moving average deviation, which is here in the orange, essentially calculates the difference between this and this, right? So if I was to set it at the same setting as the moving average that I have on screen, this is what we've got, right? And a really cool thing is, using the moving average deviation, you can make really good predictions on when to sell. For example, here, right? Sometimes the moving average deviation, especially when you're in a trend, right? Okay, so at the beginning of a trend, you get a small little increase before it dips back down to the moving average here, where there's essentially zero difference. And then as it trends up, you can see the differences in moving average deviation they increase, because that's the nature of parabola, right? Yeah, it's gonna go like that, and then even bigger, then even bigger, and even bigger, and then it goes right back to where it was supposed to be, right? And sometimes these things trend up, sometimes these things go sideways, and sometimes these things go down. What I believe is that the moving average deviation, the difference between 126-day moving average and the price, is declining. We are in dangerous territory, guys. We are in very dangerous territory. I think this thing, at the very least, when this thing happens, could be, I mean, I'd give it a week max. This thing is going to go at least back to the moving average. That's a 30% drop. Yeah? I mean, any person above 3x leverage is going to get annihilated by this move. And it's going to happen very quickly. Just like it did that. In my belief, that's what I think. Probably going to happen very quickly. And that's just the very least. It could go even below. So, this thing right now, I don't think it should be in it. And I have a second argument, right? This is total. If you write down TradingView total, you'll come across this. You have to put it on the logarithmic scale. Like, come on, guys, you should know this by now. It has to be logarithmic scale. Okay, and generally, what you find is if you have a trend line, right, the angle of the trend line can remain the same, but there's multiples of it. So you can see here, it intersects. Here, you had a catastrophic drop, about 32%. During a bull market, it was only 32% because it was a bull market. In this situation here, it's about 71%. We are in a bull market right now. There's no doubt about it. We're in a bull market. So the drops that we should be expecting, especially when you're this kind of overbought, is about 30 to 40%. 30 to 40% on Bitcoin. On the altcoins, 50 to 60, depending on which one you're at. There's multiple supports, there's multiple resistances in this chart, right? You can see this one here. Now, if you simply obeyed that, you know, you could clearly see this is accumulation phase. This is the, what you call it, this is the mean. This is the mean. This is where the price fluctuates around, right? At any point you're above this is overvaluation. You know, and that overvaluation can continue for a very long time. It could continue, I mean, in this case, for 260 days. But this is overvaluation, and we tend to swing between bull markets and bear markets. So there's not bull markets, bear markets, and accumulation phase. So first thing you have is a bull market, then a bear market, then an accumulation phase. And when you break out above this, that's when you're in bull market territory, once again. And there's multiple supports, multiple resistances, as I've said before. You can see here. So for this region, it's a very good support. Very often bounced around that. Doesn't mean that the support doesn't get wiped out. Then it's here. So that's like the ultimate support. Like, it's hell. If it breaks below this, then it's really bad. I don't think that's going to happen, right? So that's not worth consideration at the moment. I think this is the support that we should be looking at. I think this is where it's going to go down to. Sorry. Yeah, I think this is where it's going to go down to. It's going to go down to here. Okay? And then it's going to follow the similar structure to what happened here. And these aren't small dips, guys. These are big dips. That's 30%, 46%. I mean, these aren't small dips. And if you can time these well, you can make a shitload of money, guys. You can make a lot of money. So, here's resistance 1. I think if this continues upwards, here's the resistance, right? This would be an increase in the total market cap of around 163%. So Bitcoin is probably the majority of it. So you'd see Bitcoin go up 163%, and then the rest of them, they might go up 200, 300, 400, 500%. The altcoins, right? And then this is resistance 2. Resistance 2 is, well, 500%, so if that's 5x, assume that the smaller coins make about 5 times the gain, maybe 25x on your altcoins, even the shit coins, because that's a bull market, everything moves up in the bull market. And then, last but not least, there's this one, which could take a very long time. Let's just assume a year. And that's about 33, 34 times what you put in. Where for the altcoins, be 100x, 110, 120x. But it's not a straight road, guys. We are hitting right now the first resistance here. When it touched here the last time, when it was this sort of overbought last time, you can see what happened. We had a big drop. Do I think it's going to be as big? No. It's going to go down here, about 30%. And we're probably going to ride this bottom line a little bit before we go on the next parabolic rise, which is going to go all the way up to here. It's bearish, guys. It doesn't look good. Just, at the moment, just get out. Get out. Save your money. Save your money. If you got a lot of money, go on holiday. $500, $600. It's probably gonna end up cheaper than holding this thing. 30% drop. That's not a game, guys. That's not a game. A lot of people are gonna get wrecked on this. So please, just consider what I'm telling you. I'm putting my balls on the line. I think this has gone down. In summary, it's gone down. I think it's gonna go down for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. At the most, possibly within a week. You are not making money if you're buying here, guys. At least not in the short term. Just get out, guys. Don't do it. That's enough of my views for today.